Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Public servants, military, police get 35% consolidated pay rise. Reps invite minister over lingering petrol scarcity. EFCC to arraign Emefiele May 15th on 3 counts amended charge. North governors and renew battle to end out-of-school children menace. Lagos spent 849 million on bursary. Drama over sitting arrangement in Senate. Tinubu to lead 25 years of democracy walk on May 29th. And Nigeria's VAT collection lowest in Africa, says Abbas. Okay, which story?
Major headlines.
Major headline.
Good news. Yesterday, which is the eve of the Workers' Day, the federal government has approved an increase of between 25% and 35% in salary for civil servants on the remaining consolidated salary structure, which is the Consolidated Public Service Salary Structure, CONPSS, Consolidated Research and Allied Institution Salary Structure, CONRAISS, Consolidated Police Salary Structure, CONPOSS, Consolidated Paramilitary Salary Structure, CONPASS, and Consolidated Intelligence Community Salary Structure, CONICCS, Consolidated Army Forces Salary Structure, CONAFSS. The federal government okayed that 20 to 28% increase for pensioners enrolled in the defined benefit scheme under the same consolidated salary as above. So for all those on that scheme, various salary structure I took, there will be an increase for pensioners whose pensions increment will take effect from January 1st in 2025. Sorry, it took effect in January 1st, 2024. So they're already on that structure.
Okay.
And this was announced at all the various meetings of labor happening across board. You know, they have the consolidated salary committee that the president had put in place for this meeting. So this consolidated salary is the amount a person gets for work done on a monthly basis, and it consists of all their entitlements put together without specifically stating any breakups in between.
Yeah.
Okay.
So me, I came back to drama. I was so excited. They said there was drama in the Senate. They were fighting over seats. I was like, hey, let us hear gist.
That's the story.
No gist, though. They said that this drama that we think that they had, they did not have any drama. So, yes, they said, first of all, that they resumed, of course, plenary, and that we remember they had gone away because the chamber was being renovated. They had postponed actual resumption twice because of it, but then they resumed. And so that story that we heard is not true. We had Senate Yemi Adaramodu, APC Ekiti. He denied the quarrel. He says, first of all, let me tell you people, there was no disagreement, rancor, or any verbal tirade in respect of sitting arrangements in the Senate. He says it's important to know, pertinent is what he used, that rankings of senators and leadership positions are considered. And all legislators all over the world know and accept this tradition. So why would they come and be fighting over something that they already know about? He says this is, of course, he blames people who are of bad behavior for this story. And he says the general public should please disregard this odious song of sorrow from these incorrigible wholesalers and retailers of falsehood. He says what they are interested in, you know, they're talking about insecurity, they're talking about collaborating with the president and this administration to see Nigeria going forward. This is all that they're talking about. Any other gist is from the pit of hell.
It's the person that off mic that I base.
Yeah. Okay, so this story is very passionate to me. It's about the northern governors. Now the northern governors have seen the light. They have decided to come together and promote the region finally in terms of literacy in that region. The literacy level in that region is the highest in the world, according to UNICEF. So the northern governors have renewed the battle against out-of-school children menace in this region. The governors at a meeting in Kaduna pledged to pursue human capital development with vigor to rid their states of the unacceptably high out-of-school children syndrome. The chairman of the Northern Forum, Gombe State Governors, Inua Yaya, expressed regret that the number of out-of-school children in the north is the highest in the world. According to UNICEF, over 3 million children of primary and secondary school age are out of school in the north. So I think this will bring something very fruitful at the end of the day. The Almajiri menace will stop very soon, and then the region will move forward.
Yeah, fantastic. All
I'm
right, so
happy
the
about that.
EFCC said that on May 15th, there will be arraigning former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele at the Federal High Court in FCT, Abuja. In the fresh charge filed against him, the FCC alleged that Emefiele disobeyed the direction of the law with intent to cause injury to the public during his implementation of the Naira swap policy of the administration of the former President Buhari. The anti-graft agency also accused Emefiele of unlawfully approving the withdrawal of 124.8 billion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation. According to NAN, the agreement was earlier stated before Justice Marian Aneni, but was then, however, he was not present, so the court was then adjourned for Emefiele to be standing trial by May 15th. So we'll look forward to that. But it's good that that is still ongoing. Moving on quickly now to the Punch. Workers' Day labor laments rising food prices and fuel crisis. Picture here, pregnant woman, 8 others injured in Lagos gas explosion. 155 stranded Nigerians repatriated from Libya. FG offers free ride as Port Harcourt-Aba train service resumes. 200 billion naira debt. Ipman threatens closure of 30,000 filling stations. Dangote refinery gets valid operating license soon, says federal government. FG raises salaries of military, police, others. And Naira rebounds as dollar supply hits $7 billion in 2 months. Interpol pursues extradition of the Binance chief from Kenya. Okay, let's take one story. Who has that?
The Binance chief, the one that escaped our NSA's custody, has been arrested in Kenya.
Yes. And
Nigeria is already doing all the processes. According to the Vice President of Interpol Africa, he said efforts are ongoing. He said because, the Kenyan government have their own laws. For every country, there is a law. And if a fugitive escapes, there are processes which that country must require us to follow. So Interpol is doing everything. They will provide information to assist Kenya and inform them about all the bilateral agreements that they have, the MOU that they have, and the signed conventions that they have entered into with us in the past. And hopefully by next week.
Yeah. Why did he go to Kenya? Is that the way they caught him down?
I'm shocked to hear in this story that he's a Britain Kenyan. I thought he was an Asian. So he's actually an African. He's a Britain Kenyan.
Okay, well.
So he went home. So
okay.
they have arrested him there
at home.
In talks.
All right, let's take another story. I think we can afford one more story.
Okay. So we have the federal government on Tuesday inaugurated train operation on the Port Harcourt-Aba rail line for use by members of the public with 4 days free ride. So I think this is amazing news. I'd like to come to positive news. So this, the Minister of Transportation, Senator Saidu Al-Ali, inaugurated services on the 62 kilometers Port Harcourt-Aba corridor at the railway station in Port Harcourt. So this particular rail, he says that would link ports of Onne, Bonny, and Port Harcourt to facilitate evacuation of goods and sundry freight through the Eastern Corridor. The commencement of operations along the section would boost economic activities between the South-South and South-East regions. And as we know, it's Mr. CCECC that's in charge of this project, and they're also going to keep pushing them towards the speedy completion of and delivery of the 181 kilometers Aba-Enugu stretch. Also, for safety, the minister and his entourage, as well as some members of the public, boarded the train for a ride to Abia State. So, it's safe to go on that train. So this is good news.
Trains bringing up in different parts of the
world.
I love that.
Very soon,
Let's go on the short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.